Top of the hill with victory over Lille, and not too much noise from the tractor boys. And what's all this about Curtis? In FPL, all is well. The good, the bad, and the ugly at Liverpool FC podcast for their game week number 22, brought to you by the LFC file. Roll the intro, Curtis. Welcome back, one and all, for the latest episode of the Good, the Bad and the Ugly at Liverpool FC podcast, brought to you by the LFC file and, of course, myself, Mr. Benjamin Green. So thanks for coming by as usual. If the content floats your boat, please remember to like, subscribe, press the notification bell so you know when the next one is available. And things have been going quite well recently, or very well recently. So welcome to all the new subscribers. Very nice to have you on board. And it's nice to see that we're gaining some traction here with our little community. So thank you very much for the support there, and just adjusting my arm. And remember to stick around for the FPL update for FC Akian Salfish. Will come up as usual towards the end of the episode. Right, so without further ado, let's get on to it with the good. And the good is, of course, Liverpool's 4-1 dismantling of Ipswich Town on Saturday at Anfield. Fairly rudimentary result, I think it's fair to say. Szoboszlai opened the scoring, and then I think Gakpo got a second. Salah nipped in with a third, as is customary for him these days, and Gakpo got his second goal a bit later in the second half before being withdrawn. Yes, it was a very good performance. What can I say? Everyone played well. I thought Luis Diaz was a little bit quiet, but otherwise, I think it was really good. Cody Gakpo is in astonishing form at the moment. What else was of note? Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he had a great game as well. Guys playing at a high level, I think the whole team is, and it was a good assist from Mr. Alexander-Arnold for Gakpo's last goal, nodded in at the far post. Very rudimentary stuff. Alisson didn't really have much to do. He made a very good save late on. Down to his right, very good save. Unfortunately, the boys did switch off and we conceded late on. But I think, to be honest, it was just academic, all things considered. And I've got the Independent here. Transformation into 1990s Manchester United is complete. I wouldn't really say that makes much sense. Bit crap headline, to be honest, from Pete Hall. But anyway, the rest of it makes perfect sense. Liverpool 4, Ipswich 1. The Reds appear to be cruising to the Premier League title as relegation threatened. Ipswich were the latest side to be demolished. And maybe a tad harsh, but yeah, they were pretty much, I would say, dismantled, as I mentioned earlier. So yeah, it's a good result. Everything is looking very good for Liverpool at the moment. They're in a very rich vein of form. Goes without saying, yeah. I maintain that Liverpool have the title to lose this season. So let's keep the run going. Let's see where we end up. It's looking very positive indeed. And for the not bad this week, we have the 2-1 win against Lille in the Champions League. Liverpool maintain their 100% record. A goal from Mo Salah on 34 minutes, and another one from Harvey Elliott late on a deflected effort. It was actually after about 67-68 minutes. Gave Liverpool the win. Although, what's his name? Jonathan David, the Lille player, he got them back into the game on 62 minutes. So it was 1-1 for a while until Liverpool restored their superiority. Although I think Lille were 21 games unbeaten or something before facing Liverpool. So they're actually no walkover. And this Jonathan David looks a decent player actually. I wouldn't mind him coming to Liverpool. I mean, I would like him. Semenyo is also a very good option, the one at Bournemouth. I can see him playing for Liverpool. And even Bueno. Anyway, I digress, but this is my wish list for the summer, which I will send to the club, of course. And I've got Callum Matthews at the BBC here with their bit. Liverpool 2, Lille 1. Mohamed Salah scored his 50th European goal for Liverpool as the Reds booked their place in the last 16 of the Champions League with victory over 10-man Lille at Anfield. Yeah, good performance, still top. I think there's one game left to play and Liverpool just need a solitary point to finish top of the league. I would expect that Liverpool got you would say an easier draw. So there are quite a few teams that you would have expected to have done a bit better this season. So you've got the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern, Dortmund, Juventus. They haven't done too well. Of course, the likes of AC Milan are in there, Inter Milan. So I think Liverpool are probably going to play one of the teams that finished a bit lower down the top sort of 15 or 20 in the league, top 15 or 20 anyway. So yes, we await after, is it PSV? Liverpool will play PSV during the week, I think on Wednesday. So that will be one worth watching, I have to say. Let's see when the game is. It's on Wednesday. Yeah, that's right, at 8 o'clock. I won't be able to watch it because I'm going to be at Leverkusen. Yes, a long-standing appointment, I have to say. They will be hosting Sparta Prague at the Bay Arena. So I'm looking forward to that one, actually. I quite like watching old Leverkusen. They're not bad. But yes, so I'll be probably watching the highlights or the repeat of the game on Thursday morning. But I'll definitely watch Liverpool's match for sure, albeit belatedly. So on that note, we move on to the ugly. And for the ugly this week, we have what can best be described as a bit of hype. Normally a misunderstanding, one would say. I've got this here by the Daily Mail. Luke Powell reporting Curtis Jones reveals Eden Hazard is his favourite player ahead of Mo Salah before sending 8-word response to appease Liverpool fans. And this is regarding an interview that Curtis Jones gave recently, and he said that Eden Hazard was his favourite player as a child. To be fair, I think he made a good point, actually. I think Eden Hazard is technically, I would say, a better player than Salah. Not by far, because I think Mo Salah is actually, I think his technical ability is largely underestimated, probably because he doesn't have the sort of finesse, I would say, that Eden Hazard or, I don't know, someone like Zizou or whatever, these kind of players. He doesn't, because he's a bit quick-footed and stuff, he doesn't look as elegant. But, I can understand Curtis Jones for saying that, because I think Eden Hazard is marginally, I would say, a bit more of a complete player. But then he did save himself. This 8-word response or whatever was something like, but who's the one that I'd rather have in my team, or Mo Salah is the one I'd rather have in the team, something along those lines. But yeah, of course, you'd have Mo every day of the week over Eden Hazard. Yeah, I mean, as nice a player he is, and he was a good player at Chelsea, no doubt. But when you look at who has made the bigger contribution to their teams over the period that they've been there, then I think you got to go for Mo Salah, hands down. I think Curtis Jones didn't do himself any favours there, and probably got a bit of a slaughtering on social media And I try not to show too much of that. I did in the last episode, but I can't be asked. I think it's always much to do about nothing. But it's an interesting slant because, Curtis Jones would have been, a youngster when Eden Hazard was playing. So, of course, why not admire him, And I think he's all credit to the guy. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be perfectly honest. It's like if somebody said, yeah, Zinedine Zidane was my favourite player growing up, and as opposed to, I don't know who, Torres or one of these players. I mean, at the end of the day, it's quite clear sometimes, yeah, and it doesn't make him any less loyal to Liverpool or any less, any less a Liverpool player. I mean, it's people can make something out of absolute rubbish these days. But anyway, I thought I'd put me 2p in on that. And yeah, that's it really. Just before the FPL update, just a quick word of congratulations for Mo Salah with his 50th goal in Europe for Liverpool. So well done, Mr. Salah, and long may it continue. It would be nice to celebrate another 50, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Got Glenn Price here with his report from the official LFC website. So congratulations, Mr. Magic Mohamed Salah. And moving swiftly on to the weekly update for the FPL, world-renowned FC Akian Saltfish, for the Fantasy Premier League Game Week 23, I believe it was. And what have we got here then? So today, this week, 65 points. Nothing to write home about, but enough to keep me ahead of the pack. It was one of these weeks where, Mo Salah got 3 bonus points. Other than that, all right, I guess. Who else? Isaac, 13 points. That's a decent return. Gabriel got 7 in the Arsenal match. Alexander-Arnold, 5. I think he got a yellow card, actually. And I plumped for Luis Diaz over Cody Gakpo to my detriment, as we well know. And Semenyo chipped in with 9 for Bournemouth's convincing hammering of Nottingham Forest. Just shows, doesn't it, how the mighty are fallen. Unlucky Forest, you win some, you lose some. So 65 points, can't complain too much. 129 was the highest there, but I think most Sterblicher Menschen, as they call it here in Germany, most mortals, as we are, got around this sort of 65, 60, 70 mark as a return this week, so not too bad. Onto the league situation. I've got the Düsseldorf Super League here. 65 points, not bad. Ahead of me were the bottom 3, actually. But I think it's a bit too little too late for these guys, I'm afraid. Band of Alice in Wonderland and Amari Magic. I think they've left it a bit late to sharpen their pencils, but who knows? Who knows? It can all change very quickly. But for the moment, 1,486 points. So I make that 81 ahead of Merely Mortals by my humble math, who are in second. So absolutely happy with that. In the League of Kings, I'm not going to bother with a number. You can see also top on 1,395 points. And that is, I don't know, 70 or 80 or something, 83 for above Overland and Sea, who seem to be the dark horses at the moment, who are snuck up on the outside. Mr. Chris Gale there, out of nowhere, but it looks as if his luck from last week has deserted him this week. I'm happy. I'm sad to say. So yes, all is looking rosy in the FPL garden. Absolutely can't complain there. Well happy with that. And like Liverpool, I think I have got the double to lose, frankly. Yeah, and I'm not talking about the French football team to lose. So with that, ladies and gents, I have to say thank you for stopping by. It's much appreciated. If you're here at this point, then you're either a sucker for punishment or someone who has very good taste in podcasts. So thank you very much for that. As usual, like, subscribe, press the notification bell, share with your friends and fam, and let's continue to grow the community. I think we're at about 1,000 and odd subscribers now on YouTube, so can't complain with that. I think it's 1,000 and what is it? Let's have a look at YouTube Studio. 1,487 subscribers. So thank you wholeheartedly. Therefore, super fantastic stuff. And let's continue and see where we end up at the end of the season or this time next year. You never know. Let's see. So thank you very much for that all. It's going to be a little bit warmer, although a bit of rain. I'm going to get on my motorbike today. I think it's looking quite nice and sunny out, and it's going to remain so. That's my day done. Until the next time, folks, look after yourselves, look after one another, and until then, peace. Your LFC file.